Hi, I'm Dave Denkenberger, and I'm a PhD student in engineering, and I work on climate change, energy, and geoengineering. And I'm here with my friend John, who will be the earth scientist, and Chad, who will be the entrepreneur. And first I'll talk to you about my favorite idea, which is called painting the town white. And the idea is to have something that reflects sunlight, like white plastic, that will cool the earth down. And some people have proposed to cover the entire desert with this. But I think what would be more useful is to go to areas where it's almost a desert and we can't really grow anything, but put alternating strips of white plastic like you see here. And the idea is that when the rain does come, it drips off the white plastic and waters the plants. And therefore we can actually grow something and make some money on it. And furthermore, if we grow plants there, then we don't need as much room for other agriculture, and we have more room for the rainforests. And you notice it looks, when you get the plastic wet, it looks kind of like a slip and slide. So we can run and jump and slide on the plastic.
So you can charge admission for that too.
That's right.
Excellent.
Are you going to change the humidity and climate of the deserts?
Well, actually, the same amount of water will be falling down, and the same amount of water will be evaporated up, so the humidity wouldn't change. But you would cool it down a little bit, but I don't think most people near the desert would mind having it a little cooler.
How much does the plastic and the machinery and stuff that put this in cost?
Well, we make the strips wide enough for a typical tractor, and the plastic costs less than the land, and basically we're making the land more valuable. So one of the interesting geoengineering techniques is to have automated ships traveling the ocean and spraying droplets of salt water into clouds. And these droplets will make the clouds whiter so that it cools the earth down. And the proposal goes to having, instead of a regular sail on these ships, having a rotating cylinder, like this.
So how does that make the boat move? I don't understand how that works.
Well, it's easiest to see this way. If the object is spinning like a golf ball or a tennis ball, and the wind blows on it, like this, then the wind is actually slowed down near the bottom because the cylinder is going in the opposite direction. And on the top, the wind is accelerated by the cylinder. And both of these produce a force on the cylinder upward. And this is used in golf because you put backspin on the golf ball and it actually travels farther.
So how does that work with the boat then? Because you're not spinning the cylinders this way on the boat, you're standing them upright, right?
That's right, so it looks kind of like this.
Okay. And so how does that make the boat move forward?
Well, the wind blows in one direction and it moves in the other direction. Oh. But it has rudders, just like a regular sailboat, so it can go in any direction.
So you can steer it kind of any direction as long as there's wind blowing.
That's right. And you can even have backup batteries to maneuver when the wind is not blowing.
So how much does this cost? Is this more expensive than a regular sail?
Well, it's more expensive to start with, but the fact that there's just two moving parts, a motor and a spinning cylinder, as opposed to a regular sail, which has all these ropes and pulleys and things like that, we think it'll be less maintenance and it can be done automatically more easily, so that overall the cost will be lower.
Excellent.
So an interesting thing about having a big rotating cylinder like this is it would be spinning so fast that if someone were on the inside of the cylinder, they would actually stick to the wall and they could crawl up and down the wall.
Oh, so it's like an amusement ride. We could charge admission for that.
That's right. So an obvious way of preventing global warming is to plant trees because they absorb CO2. But it takes a lot of labor to plant trees, so one way of doing this is filling a plane with trees and dropping them out. And they'd be going about 200 miles an hour when they hit the ground and they wedge themselves in.
But that tree has no roots.
Well, in reality there would be roots and nutrient packet and something to protect it. So I'll demonstrate this concept.
That didn't work.
Thanks, I saw that. Okay. There we go.
Well, won't that hurt the trees?
Well, some of them might get hurt, but if the trees are generated naturally, most of them would die anyway, so I think fewer trees would die this way.
Would you want to throw a mouse out of a plane?
No, because they have a central nervous system and they can actually feel pain, and I don't think trees can feel pain.